What is up, world? You are in tune to the KnoItAllZ, man, with your hosts, your player partners, your big homies, Big G and Tate. Tate Boy Fresh, what time is it, man? How you be?
Ma, what's up, man? It's 3:20 Eastern, man. And out of the three of us, it ain't but one big homie here, man. That would be yours truly. What's up, little fellas?
Well, what's popping? What's popping? Man, look, Big G, what's good, man? How you be?
Man, all I'm saying is Buckeye Nation standing on business for 2024. That's all I'm saying. All that chatter talking about who's what and whatever. With all the returning starters we got, the recruiting class for 2024, and what we got in the portal, we're the number one team in the country. Now, if we lose, Ryan Day, you're fired. But, dog, we done bought a team. So let's go. Let's talk about what we need to talk about on the show.
We definitely going to get it in. We're going to talk transfer portal. I'm going to give you your time to shine. So, once you get done there, make sure that you pull out your list because everybody is really anxious to hear it. Man, we want everyone to be safe out there. It is a winter storm everywhere. So, I mean, it's hitting everybody, man, and not just affecting to where, the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers were kind of derailed until Monday, which, I think that's really going to hurt Buffalo, but we'll talk about that some more. But you guys be safe. If you're traveling, make sure that, you take the right precautions. But make sure you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. Man, we are here. It is a great day for NFL football. We're about to get this started, man. We'll be right back after this. And of course, you are in tune to your player partners, your big homies, the one and onlys, the Know It All podcast, man. And look, before we get started, I just really want to say, man, look, we're really working hard this year, definitely pushing content, making sure that more content. So make sure you look for the Know It Alls through the week. There's going to be some more stuff that I'm putting out. And we're doing on purpose. So we want to make sure that, we're doing different segments, letting y'all know what's really on our heart for this sports year and how we're getting going. And don't be surprised if you see myself and Big G in the same location this year. I'm really believing that that's going to happen. And I'm really excited about that as well. We need to get Tate. We need to troop up with Tate too, man. But I'm scared to go to DC, man. I'm
scared, Ma. Don't be scared.
Yeah, I think the dogs might corner me. You know what I'm saying? They gangsters.
Yeah, you ain't worried about them dogs.
Hey, Harlem gonna cause some problems, dog.
Yeah,
Harlem's
man.
gonna cause some problems.
Look here, man. Yeah, the dogs are loved in that household for real. But look here, man. Let's talk about it, bro. Look, their iconic coaches fell this week, man. Nick Saban retired. Bill Belichick stepped down. Mm-hmm. We lost two legends, man. And then Pete Carroll got canned. So talk to me, man. I'm gonna let you start, Tate Boy Fresh, man, about these three coaches, man. What does it mean that these guys are not gonna be here for this upcoming year, man? Like what does it mean for the game of football that they're not gonna be here or they're not gonna be at their same teams?
Man, it's gonna be a change in the football landscape, man. I mean, we talking about all these dudes been around the game for the last 30, 35 years. Maybe not head coaches all that time, but they've been in the game for the past 30, 35 years. I mean, Bill Belichick put Nick Saban on, right?
Right.
Then Pete Carroll is one of few, like Jimmy Johnson Barry Switzer, and Pete Carroll. They're the only three to win a college and a pro championship.
Yeah.
You know, so that's big. I mean, Nick Saban tried to go to the pros, it didn't work out, but he's unquestionably the greatest college football coach in the modern era. Anyway,
you can't argue that. You can't argue that.
You can't argue that.
It's not an argument.
Then you got Bill Belichick. I mean, it's kind of looking like, man, that since Brady been gone, he ain't been doing as well. But he still was head coach of all them teams. You know what I mean? He got 6 Super Bowl championships, 8 if you count the 2 he got as an assistant, defensive coordinator with the Giants.
Right.
He coached Brady. He coached LT. 2 of the best players ever. Probably the best offensive player, best defensive player ever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so, you know, the game that lost a lot, man. I mean, but, you know, that's how things go. We get older. I mean, pretty soon there'll be some young know-it-alls replacing us.
Facts. The powers that Gavin Anthony said, the powers of the league are probably going to rest more on younger coaches now, and that'll probably take some time to get used to. A little bit, you know, I agree with you on that. Big G,
yeah.
What did Saban mean to college football? You were loved going after Nick Saban for years. But what did
ain't got my Saban sign no more. I'm just gonna say Saban gone. Saban gone.
Yeah, but that's the same thing like G calling Dak trash, man.
Yeah, but I hated on Saban, man.
You hating on Dak and Saban. You hating on both of them. They both really good and great.
No. Nick Saban, I hated on him because Nick Saban, in my opinion, is the greatest football coach, college, pro, high school, that ever lived. There's nobody greater than Nick Saban. And I hated that because I always felt that there was an SEC bias. But what he was able to do at every location he was at, from Michigan State to LSU to Alabama, was unbelievable. The guy got 7 national championships, man. It's ridiculous. Now this is something that I've posted and I've said because I've been watching all kind of people talking about it. The issue is that Saban, the game has passed him up. With the NIL, with the transfer portal, he can't stockpile like he's stockpiling. And that was obvious. I think 2023, 2024 was his greatest coaching job without a shadow of a doubt. And because of that, he was able to get a team to the playoff. It was over. And now you've seen more than ever, the transfer portal for Alabama is unbelievable right now. When I'm talking about Alabama's about to fall off the face of the planet, like Alabama's going to go from a tier 1 SEC school to a tier 2 SEC school in a matter of 1 season. Because
I don't know. I don't know, man. The coach that they hired is what, 26-2 or 26-3 in 2 years at Washington, and he's like 116-12 in 4 years in college football. I mean, this is a guy who's not going to lose that much, man.
Bro, the NIL for Alabama was geared around Nick Saban. Anybody that knows, all their foundations and everything had to do with the lore of Nick Saban. Now Nick Saban ain't there. That's why you're seeing all these kids hit the portal. That's why you're seeing their quarterback hit the portal last night around midnight.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I've been looking at
accurate.
Up in its report.
It's 100% accurate.
Have you seen
Yes.
the report? Okay.
Yes, it's 100% accurate. He's in the portal. So they've lost almost 28 kids to the portal in the last 24 hours. So it's getting nuts. Y'all just got Isaiah Bond. Yeah. Isaiah Bond, the wide receiver for Alabama, hit the portal, and in 24 hours he was in Texas. So I'm telling you, Alabama is not going to be the same old Alabama. Now, can they build it back up? Absolutely. But it's the icon of Nick Saban is no longer present in Tuscaloosa, and that's going to change the face of college football. They are not SEC 1 no more.
Here's the deal. Jalen Milroe stays. he said it was a troll and a fake account. And matter of fact, I'm looking at the story right now. And it said it was a troll and a fake account, and that he had a talk with Kalen DeBoer, and he explained his approach to quarterback, and he's really happy about it. 8 hours ago, that is posted. So, definitely, I still say that you're giving Kalen DeBoer. I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying, Tate? I mean, you got to kind of give somebody who's won that many games the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean?
I think Kalen DeBoer is a good coach. I mean, I think he's probably one of the best guys they could got. But the thing about it is he's from South Dakota. He coached in the Pac-12. He's not of the SEC blood. The SEC gonna be cut different. Now he can come in and do it, but first you got, because the SEC is different.
Facts.
Because they was talking about, if he didn't take this job, Kalen DeBoer, if Ryan Day didn't do the job next year, they would be looking at potentially him also and it might be different because he at least from the Midwest. He's from South Dakota originally, Correct. So he might know a little bit about Big Ten football. That SEC gonna hit different. Not saying he can't do it, but he got to show and prove. Yeah,
definitely. I understand that. And G, like, to your point, you're right. Saban cast a big shadow, and kids wanted to play for him, and a lot of kids got up out of there. Downs may get up out of there. He's looking at it, which is, his brother's playing in Indianapolis. So, I mean, it's right down the street. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of moving parts. And I think Saban, because of NIL, because of the transfer portal, you're right. He couldn't stockpile talent anymore. And with him not being able to stockpile talent, it wasn't Alabama to him, So, and begging your boosters to come up with some, Lamborghini money like we did for Isaiah Vaughn. I mean, that's not something that Saban is going to do. I mean,
but it's the new wave of college football.
Yeah.
Like these kids are no longer student athletes. These kids are athlete students. I can tell you, I know firsthand information. The foundation in the 1870 foundation for the returning starters for Ohio State almost paid out $14 million between those 8 guys. These guys are getting paid big time money, man.
Hey, ain't nobody got money like us though. So Ohio State.
I admit it.
Ain't nobody got no money like us.
I would say NIL. I would say NIL money, in my opinion, based on all my studies, what I've watched and heard. I would say the University of Texas is number 1 as far as NIL dollars available. I would say Texas A&M University is number 2 as far as NIL dollars available, and I would say The Ohio State University is number 3. Michigan is coming strong.
Yeah,
as far as NIL dollars.
You definitely are hitting a lot of the top 5. You know what I'm saying? You're right about all of that. We got money to spend. You know what I'm saying? We got money to burn. So both of you guys, Pete Carroll, how is it? I mean, not seeing Pete coaching, and he says he wants to coach again. Not seeing Pete coaching, how do you feel about that? And I'll start with you, Tate.
Man, I mean, it happens to everybody, right? I mean, they think it's time for a change. Belichick stepped down from New England. I mean, he was coerced to stop him down. If he could have just went on coaching, he would have probably been back next year. But they had to talk to him like things need to change. We need to make a change. Same thing in Seattle. Pete Carroll wanted to be there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But they talked to him like we gonna change it up, and just to save face, we're gonna put you in a front office position as a consultant or advisor or something to the team. But I think Pete Carroll gonna coach again soon. I like Pete Carroll potentially going to Carolina.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it, Tate. I ain't mad at it.
That sounds good. First, let me adjust. After said that Tate and G clean their studios for the new year.
Absolutely.
I'll let them answer that real quick.
Absolutely, Afton. I mean, it's Buckeyes and Steelers Nation. I got a spot up at the top. My boy B Dirt about to bring the Homies Nation flag. We're going to plant that in there. I got a couple little spots for the know-it-alls jumping off. But it's brand new studio here. Brand new studio.
And Tate?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so I was over here in the corner, which when you saw my wall, it's the same wall back there, but now I got the whole wall, and I'm getting it redone here, getting it painted, putting up an industrial, like the metal wall on this back wall.
Yeah,
that's my plan. And you can't see the real what do you call it when you a real renovation and change is right here in front of me. Everything I got in front of me. I got a new desk with the LED lights. I got my ring lights. Got my big 55-inch monitor in front of me right here. You can't see that. I mean, all that stuff is what's new. So yeah, 2024, we are trying to upgrade.
Yeah, we're not trying. There's some upgrading that's happening. And Afton, I think you're right. I don't think either guy will have trouble getting a coaching job if they like. I think Belichick is probably going to end up in San Diego, or not San Diego, Los Angeles, the Chargers. He has a quarterback, and he has the remnants of a good defense. So if anybody can put that team together and make them dangerous, I think it'll be Belichick, and I think it'll be a good place.
I like Belichick to go to the Commanders.
Ooh.
I mean, he stays on the East Coast. He's originally from Annapolis. His dad was a Navy guy. That's where he grew up. I think he could be like the bridge and a mentor to somebody young they put on the staff. Like, I think all this would be talked about before he would come. But I could see something like that happening. I like the Chargers too, but I just think Bill Belichick is an East Coast guy.
So how are we thinking he's gonna jive with the offensive coordinator though?
Well, I think part of that discussion is somebody else gonna pick the offensive coordinator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think either guys will be in a coaching position in 2024. I think they'll be front office or special consultants. That's
you know, Belichick is chasing that record. So I don't think he's gonna sit a year. He wants that record.
And Pete Carroll is old too. They don't got time to wait.
Yeah.
I think they're done. I mean, that's just me. That's just my opinion. I think that the NFL is going younger, faster.
B-Dirt says, running through the jungle said, Bill without Brady equals Jeff Fisher.
Total facts. Without a shadow of a doubt.
So I would say this, since you brought up Jeff Fisher, Titans lost their head coach too, Mike Vrabel. Where can you see? G has a theory, and I'm gonna let him get that off before we get to the pros and then get to college. But where do you think Vrabel will end up? Where could you think Vrabel would actually end up coaching?
If Mike Vrabel does not get the head coaching job in the Atlanta Falcons, Mike Vrabel will be a special consultant for The Ohio State University. They're already trying to work out the structure of it. It's already known he's in Columbus, Ohio. He's hanging out with Brian Hartline literally daily right now. That's what's going on. Vrabel wants to come home. And if I understand why Dave's hesitant, because he's hiring his replacement. If he screws this up for the 2024 season for the Buckeyes, his replacement is Mike Vrabel. So I get it, but I think there's a big push from the alumni for Vrabel wanting to go home. I only see Mike Vrabel in Atlanta and Atlanta owned. I don't see him with the Chargers, and I don't see him with the Seattle Seahawks.
Tate, go ahead, Tate.
We talked about this. I feel like G been saying that since last Wednesday on the Pump Your Brakes, then on the Homies, and now again today. And I'm not disputing that Mike Vrabel's in Columbus. I'm sure you always are willing to listen to what your options are. I got Mike Vrabel going to the Raiders, him or Harbaugh going to the Raiders. And I like Ben Johnson just because of all the office pieces they got to go to Atlanta. Atlanta got a whole bunch of offensive pieces he can work with. So I like Ben Johnson to leave Detroit after their playoff run to go to Atlanta, and Vrabel or Harbaugh. Harbaugh get the pick over everybody. So, but I like Harbaugh or Vrabel to go to the Raiders.
Wherever Harbaugh goes, JJ McCarthy is going because he declared for the draft today. So whatever job Harbaugh get, your quarterback's adios muchachos. His quarterback is JJ McCarthy.
First round.
I don't see. I think that's a waste. I keep telling everybody that's a wasted pick on JJ McCarthy in the first round.
Yeah, I agree. I said the same thing in our thread with the homies, and B. Dirt's JJ McCarthy dude. I just don't see him being a first round pick.
Not a first round. Not at all.
JJ McCarthy going in the first round, wherever Harbaugh at.
So how many quarterbacks is that going in the first round on your count, G?
I got 6 now going to 7.
With McCarthy being 7.
Yeah, McCarthy's now 7. So it's a lot going on with the quarterbacks.
So here we go. Here's what I'm saying. Well, first let's read these comments. Timothy Lyon, and would you check Facebook for me, G? Timothy Lyon said,
Yep.
Bieniemy better get a head coaching job before any of these guys. I think Bieniemy needs to go to college ranks and actually be a coach. That for whatever reason, the NFL won't allow him to do it, and they don't trust him as a coach, and he didn't really help himself in Washington.
It ain't for whatever reason. You know the reason. We know the reason.
A lot of comments, man. It's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get to him here in just a second. Special consultants are running wild now, Gavin Anthony said.
Total facts.
And Timothy Lyon said, you off on that pick, Big G. No way McCarthy goes in the first round. I don't see him being a first round.
When have I be wrong about college football, bro? About 90 percentile. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. About 90 percentile.
I don't know if you're 90%. You're high, but not you're not 90%.
He definitely high.
Yeah.
Hyperbole.
but yeah, so I mean, again, G, I could definitely see him getting a job, a special consultant job. I don't know if it would be college, because I mean, this is a man who's been head coaching for a long time, and to just say that, oh man, I'm just fixing to go sit down in a college atmosphere. I don't know. It would take a special dude to be able to do that.
But the one part about that I agree with is he would be the coach in waiting at Ohio State.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I totally agree with that. If he don't get a job offer that he liked for this year from the pros, he could potentially do that. But I think he would like the Raiders' job offer though. That fits his personality. He's a tough guy, football player. You know what I mean? But the Raiders just went through a thing, hired a former Patriot coach, Josh McDaniel, but I don't know if Vrabel going to be sticking to that Patriot way like all them other guys trying to do.
Yeah, I think Antonio Pierce is staying home with the Raiders, bro.
He could.
I don't think they're coming off of Antonio Pierce.
He did a really good job, G. He really did a really good job. Bobby Compton on Facebook said, I'm back. I took 2 days for vacation. I hope it's worth it. Go Lions. Definitely. Those are all that's Tate just said exactly what he said on Facebook. The king of hyperbole. Big B Dirt said Ryan Day would pee down his leg with Vrabel looking over his shoulder. He absolutely would. That's a lot of pressure. Because you're right, Sean.
A lot of pressure anyway.
He knows that that's his coach in replacement. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
They could go either way. Listen, Hartline could be coaching waiting. What? Listen, Hartline is the highest paid OC in America in college football. He's the highest paid, and he don't call no plays.
That's because the recruiter. That's because the recruiter that he is, and the history of getting them receivers to the pros. He has no coaching experience. They wouldn't go right to him. He needs to sit for a few more years before he can think about, or go somewhere else before he thinks about coaching Ohio State. Hartline ain't getting it.
Yeah. Hartline, the golden child, bro, in Ohio. So Vrabel or Hartline, it would be adios muchachos.
Well,
Ryan Day is under more pressure than any coach ever. I would probably say in the last 10 years. He is under more pressure this season for the 2024 than any coach in the last 10 years. It's really that serious.
I agree he's under a lot of pressure. We're gonna go ahead and jump to the pros here, man. NFL schedule yesterday, bro. The Texans took the Browns to the woodshed.
Man.
To the woodshed. I mean, this to me adds to the coach of the year. I keep saying it. He's the coach of the year. He's the coach of the year. And I think we all unanimously agree that he's definitely the coach of the year. CJ Stroud had a game. He had a game yesterday, 16 21, 274, 3 tutties. But Joe Flacco wasn't bad. He was 34 46, 307, 1 TD, but he had 2 picks, and they were 2 pick sixes. So talk to me about this game, Tate, man. How you feel watching that game?
Well, Big G rapping, holding up the sign. I appreciate it. I know it's his boy now, but I want to remind Big G about all his hyperbole. He said
sophomore year, bro.
Trash.
Sophomore year. Sophomore year, I was hot.
Is trash.
I said that freshman going into the sophomore year. That was a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying. Some of your takes age well, some don't.
Hey, I was off of him early, bro.
Right.
But
And we both were over here trying to console you and tell you C.J. Stroud's not a bad quarterback.
The first time he said that, I said, "Gee, C.J. Stroud is the best pure passer Ohio State has ever had."
That's a fact.
Right. Yeah,
that's a fact.
But nah, man, CJ, that dude, man. I mean, my brother sent me a text or just talking football, and let me see, I got it right. He ranked his top 5 quarterbacks, and I just remember C.J. Stroud was number 3. He got Mahomes, Jackson, Stroud, Burrow, Allen, Prescott. That's his
I got him number 5. Yeah. I got him number 5. I sent my stuff to Mod them yesterday.
Yeah, I don't agree. I think Stroud is on his way.
Yeah,
I think he's on his way.
Mahomes, Jackson, Burrow, Allen, and C.J. Stroud.
No, Mahomes, Jackson, Dakota.
No, stop it.
He's all pro.
Stop it.
He's all pro.
He's second team all pro.
He's all pro, bro. That's hard to do. That means there's 30 more quarterbacks.
He's not better than Joe Burrow. He's not better than Josh Allen. Stop it.
Okay.
Just stop it.
I do agree with mine. I ain't saying he 3. I mean, because
he's either 3 or 4. I would put Burrow in front. If you're asking me right now, if he's healthy, it would be Mahomes, it would be Burrow, it would be Jackson, and it would be Dakota. No. That's the order.
You left Josh Allen out, and Josh Allen just put a butt whooping on them boys.
Josh Allen did not beat us. His running game beat us. He didn't beat us with his arm. So let's not talk about it.
You don't have to throw.
Again, Josh Allen is good for 2. Look, he's going to throw 2 picks in y'all game that cause y'all to win. I guarantee it. He's going to throw 2 picks. Josh Allen's not that dude. We judge him on one game where he came back and had a duel with Patrick Mahomes. He's got a big arm. He can run, but Josh Allen ain't back.
Hadn't he been like second MVP like 2 or 3 times? And Dak gonna be second MVP this year, and you gonna give him props for us. Josh Allen has done it 2 or 3 times himself.
Yeah, Josh Allen ain't that dude.
Already done it.
And I will say, C.J. Stroud's performance in his first playoff game probably how outdone any playoff game Dak had except the game against Tampa Bay last year.
Yeah, nails. The game against Tampa Bay was awesome. And then his game.
I got Dak 5. I'll put CJ at 6 right now. Out that list.
I got a question. How many playoff wins does Dak Prescott have as of today?
3.
2.
He's got 2.
He's got 3.
I'll bet you quarter time next year Stroud will have more playoff wins than Dak Prescott. By the end of next season, he'll have more playoff wins than Dak Prescott. I'll bet you quarter time. I'll bet you.
I'm going to take that bet. I'm going to take that bet. I'm going to take that bet.
By the end of 2024,
I'm taking that bet.
Stroud will have more playoff wins.
2. Dak 2 wins. 2 wins.
Correct.
Okay.
So CJ halfway there.
Halfway home.
Dak might go get one more today, probably.
Yep.
I'll take that bet.
That's a bet.
Dak's gonna have 3 more for the end of this one.
What's the bet? Because I ain't never seen neither one of y'all in the corner for real.
I've been in the corner. I done been in the corner.
I go backwards.
I done been in the corner. I did my time.
By the end of 2024, C.J. Stroud has more playoff wins than Dak Prescott. By the end of next season.
And that's a team. And I look at it and I'm like, I'll take it because our team is there. And it's a team. Those are team stats. You don't just do it because of the simple fact that you're just that guy. But there is a point in the game that you take the game over and you just nails. And I mean, C.J. Stroud has been that. And I'm proud of his effort. I'm proud of D'Amico Ryans. I like C.J. Stroud. I love him. Good kid, man. You hear him talking about God. You hear him talking about his faith. You see D'Amico Ryans coaching his butt off. What's not to like about the Texans? I would if I hadn't said my dream scenario number one is the Cowboys versus the Steelers in the Super Bowl. A dream scenario. Dream scenario number two for me would be Dallas versus the Texans. It would be just a wonderful thing for me. It would be wondermous. But moving on to the next game.
I know they fleeced. The Houston Texans will go down in history as the biggest fleece of a traded player in history. And that's why they've set themselves up for this. Because what they got for Deshaun Watson and how they're about to build their team off of that pick, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. 3 first-rounders, bunch of second and fifths.
Who we talking about?
I'm saying when the Houston Texans traded Deshaun Watson and he went to Cleveland, and all the draft capital that they got is why you're seeing that the Houston Texans are where they are right now.
Yeah.
They fleeced them. They fleeced them boys. They fleeced them worse than the Herschel Walker trade.
Nah, that was a bigger fleece. That was a bigger fleece. That was a bigger fleece. And Chicago's up there too with getting the Panthers first round pick. That was a fleece as well. The next game, Kansas City 26-7 over the Miami Dolphins. Bruh. I told you, Big G said first, you better not let my homeboy catch a rhythm or it's over. But I said that Miami was over with as soon as I saw the game was in Arrowhead. They wasn't gonna be able. They had no shot, and they were hurt. They were extremely hurt. This was a hurt team. Talk to me, Tate, man. Talk to me about this game, Kansas City versus Miami, 26-7. My homeboy, 23 of 41, 262, 1 tutty. Definitely Pacheco did his thing, 24 carries, 89 yards, 1 tutty. And Rashee Rice, 8 catches for 130 and 1 tutty.
Yeah, man, it's all directly related to Miami just not showing up, man.
Right.
I mean, and all the injuries they got on defense. Kansas City offense not like that. You know what I mean? But Miami was just not up to the task at all, not even close yesterday. They had when I last was looking at it, they only had 15 yards in the second half. I mean, Tua couldn't do nothing. They couldn't run the ball. I think they got to bring Tua back next year, but Tua not that guy to me, man. It's everything that's about, and it shows a lot with the Mike Shanahan offense. Mike McDaniels is from that tree, that they just scheme up stuff to make their quarterbacks look good. Their quarterbacks really not as good as their numbers make them look.
Yeah.
And Tua's not that guy. Tua can't throw out to the numbers. So you stop the run and just come down and keep the middle.
It does look bad, man. It just seems like the ball stands up and holds up in the air way too long when he's throwing to the numbers. You're right, Tate. I noticed that yesterday, and I hadn't seen that before. I hadn't seen that at all.
So if you stop their big plays, Tyreek Hill got loose for a big play yesterday, or they might not have scored because the offense did not look good at all. Mostert couldn't get going. A-Chain couldn't keep going. Waddle wasn't a factor. I mean, yeah, and if you remember last year, Miami lost to Buffalo in the first game with Skylar Thompson. Skylar Thompson put up, I think, 30 points last year in Buffalo.
Sure did, and 300-something passing. Sure did.
Yeah, so Miami just not that deal. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna come back healthy next year, and they'll be a factor again. But that division belongs to Buffalo.
Big G, talk to me about it, man. After it said Friday Widow said Tua never won under 45 degrees, so I wasn't surprised. It was cold there.
She said it was cold here. That's where she at.
She says cold here, yeah. And she said it makes her sad because she really like A-Chain. I do too. Texas A&M product.
The issue is, man, and I'm standing on business with this one. They done let my homeboy wake up. And when my homeboy wake up, the league in trouble. He done proved it over and over and over again, man. But what I like about Kansas City more than anything is Kansas City's defense. They have the youngest defense in the NFL. Their average age is 25.6 years. They have the youngest defense. Most of their players, 8 out of the 11 starters, are 2 years and younger. Their boys is learning on the fly how to play NFL defense. And when you're able to shut down a potent offense like Miami and hold them to nothing, hey, man, all my homeboy ever needed was a little bit of help on defense. He got it now. You better pay attention to my homeboy. You better.
I respect your stance here, bro, and I respect what you're saying, man. One of the things I'm thinking about when it comes down to Kansas City is I halfway have to agree with Tate, right? If you find some people on the outside who can sit down in front of, who can sit down in front of Rashee Rice, and because he's his only threat. He really is. After Kelsey, he got Rashee Rice, and that's it. Pacheco is dangerous, but if you got somebody who got a good run defense and got two good outside corners,
they only scored 2 touchdowns. Mahomes threw 1.
Yeah.
Pacheco ran 1, 4 field goals.
Yeah. I mean,
I ain't scared of that offense. What I'm saying.
Yeah. You in normal years you would be. In normal years you would be super scared of that. But this is the most pedestrian offense that Mahomes has had since he's been in Kansas City, which means that he's doing a good job with him. But they're on to the next round, man. Let me ask y'all this before I really, get into y'all predictions and we get out of here. The Browns next year. What are we thinking about the Browns next year? I mean, we definitely know that, both quarterbacks will be back, right? The young buck that they drafted to back up Deshaun, and Deshaun will be back. We don't know what type of condition Chubb is going to come back. I don't even know if Chubb's going to even come back this next year. I mean, it was a pretty bad injury. Just what are we thinking about the Browns, man?
Well, first of all, the Browns will have a first-round pick for the first time in like so many years. It's ridiculous based on the Deshaun Watson trade. Second of all, I think
they didn't have a first-round pick last year.
Correct. So that's number one. And then number two, they got holes. The issue for the Cleveland Browns is their left and right tackle are trash. But the one guy they lost for the season due to injury, and they lost Thanos. So next year with Thanos playing left and the other guy that they have playing right, you got a healthy Chubb, Deshaun. Cleveland going to look a lot different next year, man. They're going to look a lot different. So
you think they're still going to be rough?
Oh, listen, the AFC North is the best division in football, bro. Dog, if you make it through there, you a monster. Cause it's rough. It's a rough ride. So to get through there, you're gonna have to handle your business.
And Tate, what you think about the Browns, man?
I think the Browns are a good team, very good team. Flacco won't be back. He got them far as he was gonna get them.
Facts.
But that defense will be back next year. I think Deshaun Watson comes back. If he's healthy, they are a better team. But like Big G said, that's a tough division. The Browns still might be the 4th best team in that division.
Yeah.
When Burrow get back and get healthy and the Bengals start doing their thing again. Lamar has just solidified himself again this year. And I think Pittsburgh can only get better.
Yeah.
Just, they got to do something at quarterback, figure out what they're going to do. But another year, get another solid to good offensive lineman. Pittsburgh going to be better next year too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the only team I see that's not going to necessarily be better, I mean, Baltimore had a great year. They lost 4 games, right? 12 and 13 and 4.
Yeah.
I think I see Cleveland won 11 games. I see Cleveland dropping a game or two, still being a good team above 500. And I see Pittsburgh adding a game or two. And Cincinnati was 9-8. They're going to add a game or two.
Yeah, I think they'll add a couple more games next year. Yeah. They'll be able to get some good draft picks. But they're losing, Afton, to your point, they're losing Zadarius Smith. He's a free agent, but he's 31 years old, outside linebacker. They're losing Taki, the other linebacker, 28 years old.
Yeah.
Michael Ford, one of the other cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt was a free agent when the year started, so that don't really count.
They straight.
Yeah, they're going to be all right. I mean, And Nick Chubb, I heard his recovery is going well, but I think if they come into the preseason, going to the camp and stuff, and he's not ready, I think Jerome Ford getting all the first team reps and stuff to start the season, he's better than a serviceable back. Back.
I agree, you guys. I totally wholeheartedly agree. Preview, Lions-Rams. Is it still Detroit over everybody? Or do you think you're going with the Rams?
Tay-Boy Fresh said
you don't talk to
got Detroit. You know.
Yeah, man, I got Detroit, man. I mean, Jared Goff got something to prove, man. You know, they come into the 3-1-3. This ain't no place in the Lone Star State of Texas, man. This Detroit. You know what I mean?
Straight hood.
It ain't been a playoff game. Straight hood. A playoff game in 30 years there. 30 years.
You know, Eminem actually came out and put a video out, and as he says, man, come on, do it for me. We hadn't won in 30 years, man. I need you to go ahead and bring it to us, bring it home, give us a home victory.
And you know, my age, the last time he saw a playoff game, what? Barry Sanders was a rookie. He was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you have an OG coming and responding and begging you for some input, I think you need to get with it. Eagles. Oh well, Sean.
Wait.
Who you got in the Rams?
Well, is Laporta playing? Because
No.
I've been reading reports. No, I've been reading reports all day today that he's going to play. I have been reading it all day today, and that could be the difference. If Laporta plays, I like the Lions, but I picked the Rams already. I think the Rams
Sam Laporta is trending towards playing.
Yeah, I've been reading reports all day today that he's going to play.
Trending towards playing.
So if that could swing it, that could swing it for Detroit. But one thing I know for sure, Cam Sutton is boo-boo. And you got to Cam Sutton to play corner for Detroit. He is straight up, full-blown, absolute trash. Full-blown. And Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, bro.
You wonder them if going to have a game.
Blender. They will put you in a blender.
But, you know, the bigger thing with the Rams is that running game. So
Williams is a dog.
That's I mean, he was all pro. You know, so when you look at it, I think that's the difference. So I'm going with the Rams.
I think I like Williams a lot. Had him on one of my fantasy football teams, one of my two fantasy football teams.
Yeah.
But I think Williams is the third best running back on the field.
Ooh.
I ain't mad at that, Tate.
Ooh.
I know.
I ain't mad at that. Montgomery a dog and Gibbs
Gibbs, yeah.
So I picked the Lions. I mean, I picked the Rams. You picked the Lions. And G, you going with
the Rams.
Okay, so we're both two Rams, one line. Eagles, Bucks. Listen, AJ Brown is out. AJ Brown is out of this game. I still have a hard time trusting Baker Mayfield. I think the Eagles still get it done, man. I think the Eagles still get it done. I don't trust Baker Mayfield at all. I'm going with the Eagles. Big G.
If the Eagles lose, they're gonna fire their coach.
I think
I've been saying it for the last 3 or 4 days. If they lose, they're gonna fire their coach.
That's another place where they're saying that Belichick wants to go.
Yeah. So I think he's fighting for his job. But I know that, like, Tate, me and you talked about this on air and off air. They've had a bunch of player-only meetings. They said stuff was getting thrown around in the locker room. They said there was some blows thrown. There was some stuff going down in Philadelphia based on how they played at the end of the season. So, they fight for their life right now. So, when you back a monster up in a corner, they come out swinging, bro. So, I got the Eagles. I got the Eagles getting the dub, bro, because they back in the corner.
Tate?
Y'all know me, man. I'm always rolling with the ethos and the makeup of a city, man. So, when I look at Philly and look at Tampa, my wife from Tampa. I just came from Tampa, too, last week. And Tampa don't got nothing on Philly as far as the toughness, the attitude, the culture and all that. So, I just got to believe Philly found a way to get it done, too, man. I mean, I feel like Jalen Hurts not going to let him. Jalen Hurts might run. I told you Friday, Big G, might run for 80 yards a day.
Oh, I'm with it.
Because he got to do it.
Yeah,
I think he's going to do whatever it takes to get done to win. Goddard going to be a big factor. Smith is going to play. A.J. Brown is not. And you're going to get DeAndre Swift involved.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I like the Eagles to cover. I know the spread is 3. Eagles favored by 3 is the road favorite. I got the Eagles covering that.
Yeah, man. Is that first of all, that's a new microphone, right, Tate?
New
a new kickstand.
New kickstand.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I'm seeing it. We upgrades, some upgrades over here, man. Upgrade. Yeah, like Iron Man got upgrades to the suit. So we all picked the Eagles there, man, and then we saved the home teams for last. I'm just going because I want to. It's 3:06 and we're trying to get to that game. So I'm picking the Cowboys.
Don't be scared, man. Don't be scared.
I'm picking the Cowboys. No explanations. 38-10. Who you got?
38-10.
Yeah, 38-10.
Oh, Tate. Tate, don't get fined, man. Don't get fined. You got the mic.
I ain't saying that. I'm just mouthing the word wow.
38-10?
38-10.
Man, that's biased, bro.
No explanation.
Go ahead, Tate. Go ahead, Tate.
Hey, man. I get it. He feeling real strong about it. And I think Dallas going to win. It ain't going to be no 38-10, though. It's going to be a much closer game. Dallas, I think Green Bay gets some of that run game going with both Aaron Jones had some big games the past 2 games. Then they just going to try and bludgeon them with A.J. Dillon. And they got pieces on the outside, too. So it's going to be a competitive game. I mean, I think Dallas wins 24 to 16, something like that, 24-14. But they win, and the spread is 7. I think they cover, but not no 28-point spread.
Hey, I'm telling you, it was hard for me to pick the Cowboys on the other podcast, but I did. But I'm going to tell you something. If that game is within a touchdown going into the fourth quarter, man, Dallas in trouble. Because them young boys ain't got nothing to prove. Like, they're so young, they don't know better. You know, they got the youngest offense in the league, and they got a 2-headed monster that can run straight at you. And it's been proven that's the weakness of the Cowboys. Run straight at them. So if that game is a touchdown, either way, going into the fourth quarter, man, I'm trying to tell you. But like I said, I think the Dallas just got too much, and I think they'll win this game. But I like to score something like 27-24, Dallas.
All right.
And it could come down to whoever got the ball last. If the Packers got the ball last and they can score to win, they're going to win.
Dallas defense gets great pressure. The pressure rate is high. But Jordan Love can move, though. He's not one of them sitting ducks back there. He's a moving quarterback now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he moves in the pocket to pass. He's looking downfield.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
So the Steelers at the Bills. I've said before last week, and I said last week, this is the game I wanted to see the Steelers play because I felt like this was the most winnable game, the biggest game that I could see y'all winning to prepare y'all confidence and to actually push you further in the playoffs. I picked the Steelers in this game, and I picked the Steelers by 10, maybe something like 30-20, 31-21, but I got the Steelers by 10. G?
Man, I said on Wednesday and on Friday that the Steelers were going to win, but these two teams are mirror images of each other. The difference is the quarterback. If Josh Allen has 2 turnovers, the Steelers are going to win. But if he don't turn the ball over at all, we're going to lose. Because the difference in the two teams is the quarterbacks. They both can be had in the middle of the field. We both got exceptional 12 personnel. Both teams can run the ball straight at you because they got 2 running backs. It's a lot going on, and as far as this game is concerned. But if Josh Allen does, and he does what he normally does, and he gives it up twice, we're going to win. Give us the dub, 24-20, Pittsburgh.
Tate?
Buffalo's a hot team, man. We know they talented, right? They done won 5 straight games, right?
Facts.
But so the 5 straight wins is 5 straight wins. But I remember they struggled against the Chargers in LA. They struggled. I remember they struggled against the Patriots. The Patriots had turned over 4 times in the first half. They potentially lose that game.
True.
Then there was another game they struggled against in that win streak. I just can't remember who it was. But at any rate, I think, and I said this, I'm just keeping with the same thing I said on other shows, Pump Your Brakes on Wednesday and then the Homies on Friday. The run game is critical. I think Najee Harris has a big game.
Sure.
A big game. And we talked about Nick Saban earlier. He coached Najee Harris. He also coached the best player he said he ever coached is on the defensive side of the ball for the Steelers. And him coming back is going to be a huge impact.
Yeah.
They're going to move him all over the place. And Josh Allen is going to throw 1 or 2 of them picks. I'm looking at the weather. They're not playing today. I wonder what it's like in Buffalo right now, because they will be playing right now.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I seen a picture. It was horrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tomorrow they play at 4:30. I just looked at the weather report for tomorrow in Buffalo at 4:30. Supposed to be like 18, 19 degrees, 45 to 50% chance of snow.
Yep.
And it must not going to be as bad as it is today. But I think those factors are still some of the same factors we was looking at coming into today.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that benefits Pittsburgh and the run game. And I think Pittsburgh just tougher than Buffalo, man.
Yeah.
I think they're just a tougher team. Not that Buffalo ain't tough, but Buffalo like to pass and get in shootouts. Pittsburgh about to make it mucky, about to muck it up.
Oh, it's going to be an ugly game. And I'm going to tell you, 2 things is working against Buffalo. Number 1, it's at home, so many distractions. The game got moved. You got to worry about your family. You got to worry about this. You got to worry about that. That's huge. That's super huge. Number 2, like I said, on the outside, y'all are just better. And Diggs is good, and he's going to try to force the ball to Diggs. But Gabe Davis and them is out of here. And Knox and them, yeah, okay.
Gabe Davis is not playing. Gabe Davis is out.
He said he out of here.
Not playing.
Okay, well, get this.
Gabe Davis ain't
That's
playing.
another target taken away. But you Knox and the other tight end, okay, if they get against linebackers, Kincaid, they get against linebackers, they may win a little bit. But I'm still saying I'm sticking with it. Y'all by 10. Hey, closing shots, we got to get out of here, man. Parting shots, what you got for me, G?
Hey, man, just thank all you guys for rocking with us on all mediums and all channels. Definitely the KnoItAllZ podcast will be part of Fans First Sports Network in 2024. We got a lot going on. Make sure you check out the KnoItAllZ podcast every Sunday with me, Tay-Boy Fresh, and Mod. And make sure you swing over to all those other mediums on Fans First Sports Network. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and live shows on YouTube, including Pump Your Brakes on Wednesday with me, Shannon, Tay-Boy Fresh, the KnoItAllZ crew, a.k.a. the Homies crew, with Pay Dirt, B Dirt, Payday on the Homies and the Homies Overtime. Check out me, Tay-Boy Fresh, with Relly Hall on That's Rather Cavaliers. And don't forget to check me out with Andy P on the Level Up College Football Podcast on Fans First Sports Network.
Take.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, I agree with what Big G said. Thank everybody for rocking with us and following us and supporting us. We're still trying to build. We still don't. Ever since we crossed the 400 threshold of subscribers, we ain't grew too much. We got about 15 more folks or something like that, somewhere around there. So we need y'all to tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get them algorithms up, like Big G say. I think I want to say tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day. So find a way just to thank him for the change and the direction that our society has been going in. I mean, sometimes, like anything else, it has its peaks and valleys. But for the last 60 years, we've been trending more so in a positive direction. So, let's be thankful for that. Let's appreciate that. and let's remember and honor him tomorrow on his day. It's been a national holiday for a long time, but more and more places of work and places of businesses are starting to acknowledge it. More states and everything. So just thankful and appreciative of that. So that's kind of just where I'm at today. We will be doing the Steelers game tomorrow, and me and G don't have anything going on related to that on the Steel Curtain Network, but we will be doing a crossover podcast tomorrow evening with the Cavs and Bulls with Pay and the Bulls podcast. I don't know.
We got the post-game press though, dog.
We do got that, so we probably. Yeah. I mean, I don't think the Cavs game starts till 7:30. The Steelers game will be in and about that time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do have that for Steelers tomorrow. Yeah. Then when the Cavs Bulls game is over, we'll go into a crossover podcast for the Cavs and Bulls. Probably be me, G, and Relly, and Pay, and whoever his dude is. We're gonna talk about the game and talk
Bulls
about
hot trash. Yeah, they horrible.
Talk about the trade deadline, some of the moves we think could potentially happen for both those teams, and anything else going to NBA. So check y'all out tomorrow. Hopefully after a Steelers win, and we'll get there then.
Yeah, man, I appreciate what Tate had said. It kind of, was thinking along the same wavelength. I ain't gonna say you're still in my thoughts, but it's Dr. King weekend, man. I mean, definitely the things that he has done, or the things that he did to change America, you cannot undersell. You can't oversell. I was a real man with a real life and a real family and real bills. And he took his real time to unite us under one common thread, and that is humanity. We're all humans. We are all made of the same substance, no matter what color. And he preached equality. And that's something that I think, had we not had Dr. King, we would be so far behind, right? So we appreciate leaders like Dr. King who stood up, and not only just if it a day off of work, but like, Tate said, man, make sure you do something tomorrow that promotes the dream, and the dream is, equality. He saw us all being in this space called America, living the same. We ain't there. We're far from being there, but we're closer than we would have been without a Dr. Martin Luther King. Dr. Martin Luther King. You ain't never seen Dr. Martin Luther King. What movie is that? What movie was that?
Come on, man.
Coming to America, bro. Stop it, bro. Come on.
He slapped me in the face. He said, "Oh, sorry." Maybe one of the greatest movies ever, man. Maybe one of the greatest movies ever. Hey, man, we thank you guys for rocking with us. We thank you guys for being here. We thank you for being a part of the Know It All Nation. We'll holler at you guys. Peace.